Okay, well, let's kick off with data released over the European session. What's caught your attention this morning?
There's plenty of data to get our teeth into, but if we start with the first slide and the Australian unemployment rate for July, rising to, obviously out before the European session opened, but rising to 6.3%. The forecast was for a read of 6% against the prior figure of 6.1%. So though the currency took it well, I think that's a note of caution there for the RBA. They are trying obviously to continually weaken the
currency,
Aussie dollar,
yeah.
but at the same time, well, you have to wonder, is that really going to be helping the underlying economy too much? So, a cause for concern there, I think, going forward. And then into Europe proper, the German factory orders for June came out. Now, we had some disappointing Italian factory orders earlier in the week, but no worries on that score from Germany. June number up 2%, 10 times higher than the forecast, plus 0.2%, and obviously substantially ahead of the prior read of minus 0.3%. So a very strong figure, but I would just sound one note of caution. I think if you dig down into the data, you find that domestic orders declined by 2%. Now, the ECB is obviously trying to stimulate the internal economy in Europe, as well as making exports cheap through a weak euro. So yes, the German export engine is running very strongly, but it won't buy many.
But not from internal.
No, I'm sure that won't go unnoticed in Frankfurt, and they'll be wondering what's going on there.
Understood.
Now back to the UK. First thing this morning, we had the Halifax House Price Index for June. The month-on-month number came in at minus 0.6, so that was well below the forecast growth of plus 0.5% and the prior read of plus 1.6%. Year on year, house prices in the UK, according to the Halifax measure, have grown by 7.9%. That's down, though, from the previous reading of 9.6%. So slowing, although it slightly conflicts with the nationwide data that we had again earlier in the week. And then literally before I posted my slides over, we had the key interest rate decision as far as Europe's concerned for the week. The Bank of England MPC rate decision, unchanged, no change to rates and no change to QE. What was a surprise, but in the wrong way, is perhaps for many anyway, it was the voting. Had been 9-0 with people sitting on the fence. The expectation had been for
7-2, 6-3 maybe.
Yep, and it came in at 8-1 with only one dissenter, so that's been seen as more dovish. Alongside the decision, there's a raft of other data, but the one figure I will pick out of that, or have picked out of that, CPI for June at 0%.
0. No inflation.
No, and they talk about core inflation being running around 1%, which means below 1% if you read between the lines. So seemed to be dovish by the market, and cable sold off quite sharply on the back of that.
Understood.